Yes, hello everybody. My name is Andreas Manser, as Christoph just said, and yeah, I also welcome you at the Connect24. I'm totally overwhelmed to see so many people here, and yeah, I have two roles here, and I'm going to moderate the first block, and I'm giving you a presentation as well, so I need to switch hats a bit. And the topic of the first block is securing your smart infrastructure. And we have 4 presentations to it. 3 are from Legic. The first one is from Martin Buch, our mastermind, our head of product management. And he is, the first one is myself, sorry, it's business model transformation in IT. And then we go to Martin Buch, our head of product management. He is letting us about locks, secure configuration with Legic Orbit. And then we have a first partner with Avis, a long-standing partner with Bruno Lickel, and he speaks about Inspiration Legic. And the fourth one, we switch to Thomas Birkler. He's a product manager of us, and he talks about device events and Legic Connect message. We have also a surprise. That's why these 2 chairs are here. So we have a small interview in between from a customer, and you will see who it is just afterwards. And yeah, let's kick it off with the first presentation. It's already here. So yeah, the topic is digital transformation in IoT. And yeah, I checked a bit the market for you, and it pretty came out with the same picture. So the market in global IT is about 500 billion in size, in volume. And it's fairly big already. And what struck me actually is that 50% are already coming from the industry. Before, actually, as the market started, it was the big ICT players like Cisco or all the mobile phone producers that were bringing in volume. But nowadays, it's the Siemens, it's the Honeywells, it's the industry, it's the ABB with energy solutions, smart home solutions, smart building solutions, HVAC solutions that really are kicking in, and also the access industry is bringing in the volume. So it's clear, the market is here, and it's growing by 20%. So definitely, it's an interesting market. I also checked the Gartner hype cycle. I know IoT is all around since 20 years, but it's out of the valley of tears, is in the slope of enlightenment. So the base is really here to grab the opportunity for us. And yeah, we should not forget the market is really moving. So yeah, ideal for us to be in. Second, turn our faces to the construction of an IoT business model. And there we see the 2 elements actually. The first element is the SaaS part, driven by the ICT, right? Driven by the software players. And it has a different nature. And it's a service. You connect it to your customer. You always connect it to your customer. And that you need to have a different culture. You have a bit more responsibility as before with the product model. And I think this you need to be aware. If you're going to construct, if you tap into a business, you start with a product and now you add on a software service, you have more responsibility. You are directly connected. And I think that's important to know. That's maybe a bit the downside, but the plus side, since you are always connected, you can much more be closer to the customer and sell and add value over the lifetime. So ongoing relationship, it's proactive, it's a more direct business, and you obviously benefit from the recurring revenue. That's what we all want. And the product model, I don't have to go very deep in detail here. You know that by heart. It's the thing on the IoT part, the T. It's transactional. The system integrator walks in, went out the door as quickly as possible, and is doing basically an upsell. So we know that it's CapEx, the left one is OpEx, but I think definitely the combination of the 2 is the right model for the access industry. I know some industries are subsidizing either part, which is good for their market, but I think for our market it's very important that you find some sort of mix. And yes, I think there is a shift going on in these markets toward SaaS subscription model in terms of value, just in terms of value. So value development is going to the left. Why? Because I think we are one of the last ones going to the service business. Our customers, our operators, they already used to buy services from the IT. Now also from the smart building industry. So they are used to it. I know it's a blocker at the beginning. Customers are hesitating, but we should not give up asking for service revenue. I think that's the butter and bread of tomorrow. What are the popular IoT business model in the market? The first one is the usage-based. It's pretty clear. They pay what they use. It's very simple. It's very fair. The second one is value-based. That's a bit more tricky. So it's about the perception, right? What is the customer perceiving as the value? Number of users, number of licensees, for example, impact, outcome-based, feature, benefit-based. So that's an interesting thing, I would say, because if they perceive the value of your SaaS, so you can offer a higher price point, actually. So that's interesting. Tier-based, pretty simple. You start from basic, go to medium, and having your portfolio divided in 3 solutions. The fourth one is also interesting. Obviously, if you have a cloud business, you have the possibility to work through API, either on the thing side, but also, obviously, on the cloud-to-cloud side. And that brings you in a position to partner, to bring joint services to the market, to bring even different industries into one use case. And this is really a big opportunity, and for Legic and our partner network especially. So please come to us. If you have ideas to roll out joint services, please use that beforehand and talk to us. Legic is also having a SaaS service. We started not to call it as a SaaS, but it's a SaaS in itself. Our SaaS lives in your SaaS. And we're going to definitely support these business models in the market. As I said, there is a seamless fit from our business model, from our pricing models to your pricing model by nature in 90% of the cases. If this is not the case, I would strongly recommend to really align beforehand, before you actually developed your solution. That's important. Let's talk to us. They need really to fit to each other, then we have the biggest impact in the market. The second one is interoperability through API. So we continuously develop our APIs, our solution forward since 9 years. So it's robust. We have thousands of mobile users already out in this market using this service every day. So it's here. It's a service. It's OpEx. It's ready-made. You just buy it. You can focus on your core competence, right? So we do the service, and you do your things around it. It's future-proofed. If we're going to invest in wallet, or if we're going to bring digital key management based on Orbit, or LSM messaging, or other things that are going to come, you are in. You did your first investment with the integration, and then you're in. So you can really grow with us. Good, Legic Connect in itself. And I'm showing this slide because there are new partners in it. And what it is actually, what is it? It's a secure digital credential management. So we secure your credential management. Second, it's for the mobile world and other trusted devices. We make the device in your portfolio towards your customer, towards your ecosystem. We make it secure and trusted as much as we can. Third one, business model, pay-as-you-go, value-based, usage-based mixture. So, as I said, we are ready to go there. In order to summarize that a bit, Legic Connect. I don't see it so good here. It's scalable and flexible. You can easily adopt it in a couple of weeks. Second, it's cost efficient, ready-made, it's a service, it's round, it's working, it's proved, it's in the market with several customers already and several end users, multiple of that. Clicking doesn't work, it's coming. User experience. We have two ways or two dimensions of user experience. One is through API, you build your own graphical user interfaces, and the other one is a logic user interfaces that you can use. So two possibilities here. We continuously also invest in user experience now. And the last one is operation. It's a service, we're going through the internet. So potential that something is not going well is always here, as you know. It is as it is. That's the downside of a cloud business. However, we have a very high availability. We have a support team which is 24/7 in use in order to help you if something is breaking. So that's really key, and you also learned over time. Good. Now, our surprise. We invited Renato Serafini. Please welcome Renato Serafini. Renato is global lead of the segment multi-housing solution within dormakaba, and he's responsible for 4 multi-housing solutions, and 2 of them are native SaaS. And they're both in market. One is in North America, the other one is in the rest of the world. And he has vast experience what's going on in the field with SaaS. So in his free time, Renato is hiking and running, as almost every Swiss. And yeah, let's have a chat with each other, please.
Thank you, Andreas. And just before I sit down, I was here a couple of years when the session was in Davos, and really big compliment to Logic. It's really amazing how many people joined your call.
Thank you so much, Renato. Good. First questions. What are your learnings in terms of business model and digital transformation going from mechanical to electronic, and now connected electronic components through basically on-prem and now native cloud? What is your experience in the last 15 years?
Yeah, this is a little bit a longer answer probably, and just let me grab an item or 2 items so I can explain easier. So basically, for dormakaba is moving from such a thing, and I don't know if you see it in the back, is a mechanical key, into such a device. And what was really the challenge and what was changing our mindset was, and let's stick a little bit to this small key here. This key actually defines, in also our perspective of access control, which door can this key open. So the owner of this key has a very defined setting of which doors he can open. So who basically can open which door? And then some electronics were adapted. We received some electronic chips also from Logic into the key, and then we added the timestamp. So who, where, and when. This was this journey. And it was stable for many, many years. But then suddenly the key moved to the phone. And this was really a big challenge for us, because suddenly it was not who, where, and when. It was into somebody will somewhere and somewhen enter a door. So you might think, how can this be in access control, where really we try to control, and then suddenly we are very fuzzy saying somebody, somewhere, somewhen can access a door. This sounds a little bit weird. But basically, the answer of that are platforms, are ecosystems. And to give an example, Andreas, if, for example, you are going on to holidays in November, first week, and you are accessing a vacation platform, you are booking an apartment, and yeah, you're receiving a digital key. This platform then is transferring the information to the access control. So it's not anymore us saying by cutting a key who can have access, but it's coming from the ecosystem, it's coming from a digital journey. Or another example, if you're getting elderly, maybe sometimes you need assistance, you maybe sign a healthcare contract with a company, and you're receiving one of these wonderful wristbands with a red button on it. And suddenly, a morning, you might not feel very well, you cannot get up from your bed, you're pushing the button, and then this healthcare company is picking up the call, is checking which nurse, which doctor is very near to you, and who is then picking up basically the call, is receiving a key, and is entering your apartment to give you assistance. So also here we see that the definition of who can when access which door is given by the platform. That's why I say somebody, somewhere, someone can access, and this was really, for us, the big challenge and the big change, but we are facing the challenge.
Good. Let me drill a bit deeper on maybe you can share some insights with us. Where is dormakaba now in terms of native cloud and project success, maybe culture? What's your opinion to this?
Let's maybe start from the solution point of view. We started 10 years ago with our first cloud-based, to start developing our first cloud-based access control solution. We brought it to the market around 7 years ago, and now we are in the phase of really introducing the second generation of solutions. And it had also become a little bit broader, so we are going into multi-housing, we are going into lodging, so it's really establishing throughout the company these access cloud-based solutions.
Okay. What is the role of Logic in your view?
Obviously, it's a very big role. And from the journey, from the mechanical key through the RFID, you were with us, and now moving into the phone, we can still rely on Logic, and we are very, very happy. The reason for, I've seen it on some of your slides here, obviously exactly these points. So for us, it's a portion we do not have to care once we developing a new solution. We can rely on you to have a good quality service 24/7. That's very important, especially in my field. You can imagine if you have many tenants worldwide, they need 24/7 assistance because, that's the large public and people want to go into their apartment 24/7. But then it's offering also a high security in terms of the technology and a very robust operation of the service. So really we can say that's something, when we start with something new, we can say, okay, this is a portion we can rely on Logic, and is peace of mind for us to work with you, and hopefully will be for the future.
Thank you. Future is a good word actually. Where do you see the IoT access security market? And if I say IoT, I really mean native cloud. I mean the shift. The shift, I think, is going already on. You think this is going to shift completely from on-prem to cloud, or is just your opinion? I know it's a difficult question, but anyway, what's your opinion to it?
I mean, as every new technology, it would probably never completely taking out of the market an already established one. And processes might also take longer than what we believe. But, and I've seen some of your growth figures and all these consulting companies are giving, you mentioned several companies giving between 20 and 25% of growth. I can tell you that in my field, managed residential, where we often deal with PropTech companies, in the last 5-6 years, we have seen a constant growth rate of 35%.
Okay.
So it's really increasing rapidly. Obviously, these PropTech companies are also driving us into keeping track and keeping pace with the speed they are going. And if you're looking a little bit back as well, maybe 5 years ago, if you talked to very big real estate companies, you've seen the companies, they established some light tower projects. So they wanted to figure out a little bit about the different digital journeys, about where to invest, what makes sense, what is increasing efficiency, and maybe what not. Now we are 5 years later. We see that almost every building, if they start a new construction, somehow there is a digital journey involved. Whether it is a tenant app where tenants can talk to their real estate managers, whether it is a solution where you can easily make technical staff operating a building, they can easily go there, they see parameters of their heating system or their climate system, or maybe it's even a digital parcel box for the delivery services. And obviously, what I'm keen of is that they are equipping the building with a digital access solution. Obviously, that would be, from my point of view, for me, the most important one. But we see it really coming in every bigger building.
One last question, Renato.
Yeah.
Are they accepting the recurring part? How is the acceptance?
The acceptance is, obviously, we need to follow the business model of the whole. You said it in one of your slides, you had the value proposition. If the value proposition is correct and our business model and also our pricing is following the value proposition you have on the market, the acceptance is very good. If we do not spend enough time in figuring out what this value proposition is and customer perceive that this is maybe a complicated thing coming on, or is an additional cost they need to care, and they do not see the benefit side, and it was not explained, then obviously it's a hard thing to explain. But I mean, we want to play on the value proposition and not on the other field.
Very, very nice. That's a good final statement, Renato. I'm very pleased to have this openness here on the stage to give it to all the audience. And yeah, thank you very much. So
thank you.
We conclude here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.